So Tanja was attempting to frame me from the very beginning of when our communications resumed. And the very first conversation I have the recording of, I have it on video with Richard Holloway on the phone, and him, every conversation we've had, except the exception, he's very, very verbally vulgar and threatening. And then I presented that to the Devonshire police station. They said, well, it has to be, I want something new with my name, or else it's not a threat. But he had, I mean, I'll put on all the link here, all the, his voice, what he does. And then, and Tanja told me that's the way he is. It always was like that. So her repeated attempts to frame me, which is evident in the text conversations. It's methodical and it's serious, and it's practiced, and it's contrived. And he had actually filed at the police station at Bryan, Texas, something that I don't want to speak because it's shouldn't be, but that text conversation obviously shows, and I'll post it, and you can look at it yourself. I'll post every single attempt at framing me, like every conversation I had with her while she was at Bryan, Texas. The video of it and the text conversation shows that. And I thought once she comes here and she's removed from that environment, living in his house, because I was thinking the proximity of her to him was making it susceptible to his manipulation, that once he's out of his house and away from him, she would not be under his control. But I was wrong. She was under his control and reporting back to him all the time. I don't know if daily. Yeah, and I have those conversations from my surveillance camera, which I have perfect right to do in order to protect myself. That's why it's there. And it shows them plotting together to get me arrested. Even calling my friends and plotting and misrepresenting every person in my life at the church, Peter, everyone I know, and the extent of her collaboration with Anita will be determined. Is there communication between Camp Anita, and Richard Holloway? A court subpoena would determine that. And then that would be, because if they want to collaborate together to have their one method is to keep something maliciously about you that's not true, but then to make it true by keep repeating it. Do you understand that method? Over 4 years, ever since my sister died, the stuff Sam started saying, my sister's surviving video, Anita, and then he got Albert to say it, and got Anita to say it, and Anita got Neda to come and perpetuate that, and then Tanja, and then I know Tanja was herself said Anita was talking to her, to have those corroborate. Also, Justine Taylor had that bogus restraining order that when you Google my name, it's there, but she never showed up in court. So you just write something and make a report, and you don't have to appear in court, and it appears, and you can get some, on your thing and you have so many of these trying to get something bad about you for malicious purpose in order to get you arrested, get you out of the way, which is Anita's intention. She talks about that in her screenshot of a text conversation of Netta to get me arrested or to put me in a facility. Why does she want that? Because she wants that house to herself with Nick. So collaborating together, with all these, with Netta, with Anita, with Peter, to get them for that purpose, and to have them all corroborate the same false things over and over and over again, something that isn't true to make her true. I see somebody watching, it's probably her. She's always watching everything I'm doing. Why? Why is she so interested in me? Because I'm the beneficiary of what she doesn't deserve, she shouldn't. I wanted to share it with her, and I have all the conversations we had with Mom to plan to share it with each other as Alice would have wanted. But she wants to control off the whole thing, and she tells the therapist, and I've heard her say she wants to get a mortgage for a house for me. If I'm not in a facility or in a jail, which is the other option if she fails, her plan B. Anita, and then I know Anita isn't acting alone. She says she's different from her dad and Albert, but that's another method. They're all collaborating together and then saying, we're three different individuals. I have nothing to do with what they're doing, what the cops always say. I'm myself. You telling me I want to do something? No. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't tell the cops, you getting sexual favors from the squatter, Justine Taylor? He goes, I didn't do it today. I didn't. I individually didn't do it. You saying I did it, So that's what they do to cover up. They all collaborate together. And then when you ask them something, I know nothing about it. I never did it. I don't know, So you see the whole bunch of them talking that way, and all bunch of them having that same intention, all of them collaborating together to perpetuate to create, to frame, to do a siege, to get Mom against me, using to exploit her condition, exploit Netta's condition, exploit Tanya's condition. So the beautiful thing about this, I have it all documented, and I'm presenting it all. I'm getting better at organizing it better and showing it all publicly for people to see, because these methods are prevalent. The exploitation of the vulnerable in America using laws and law enforcement, lawsuit abuse, framing, blackmailing, threatening, and all the ways police cooperate with squatters, scammers, abusers, criminals, drug dealers, gangs. They're using their authority and politicians who have hatred towards certain minorities and exploiting them. I'm Zeke Matevosian. Claim your whistleblower protection rights so you don't get into trouble, and report everything you've done, all the people you've done it to. I'm Zeke Matevosian.